Hi, Randy, K7AGE, with another video of Ham Nation Viewer projects. Let's get going. Our first project is from Dean, N4AJK, and his project's a little different from most of them in that he had to rebuild the first floor of his house due to flooding from Hurricane Florence. He says he lost everything, including the kitchen sink. They had to strip the first floor down to the studs, and being a true ham radio operator, he set up a table and was able to use a lot of his equipment that was not damaged, and now the house is back together and he's in his real ham shack. What a project, Dean. Next we have a gutter antenna system from Andy, K9ATX. His current antenna situation wasn't working very well for him on 80 meters, so he thought, what the heck? He's read about other people using their gutters on their house, so he gave it a try. He feeds the gutter through an MFJ 915 line isolator, and he's put a ground rod in and 130 feet of number 14 ground wire running around as a counterpoise. And when he hooked up his antenna analyzer to it, it was a 6-to-1 SWR right there at the line isolator, so he thought his Pelstar tuner will tune that up just fine. So the antenna is working on 40, 60, and 160 meters, and he's not sure how it's going to work in the winter when the gutters get filled with ice, but on the positive side, it's not lighting up all the consumer electronics in his house. So well done, Andy. Gene, K4EKB, is a relatively new ham, and one of the things he's learned with talking with other new ham radio operators is that there's always this mystery box that's in the middle of an antenna, and what he's decided to do is a series of educational baluns and ununs to show the newer hams what's inside of these boxes for the different antennas. So in this picture from left to right is a choke using RG400 coax as described by Tim Duffy on Ham Nation. The middle is a 1-to-1 voltage balun for a simple dipole, and the third is a matching unit for a 3/8 wave vertical from QST. In this picture, he has a large air variable capacitor with a vernier knob for tuning a magnetic loop, one of his favorite, and the 49-to-1 auto transformer for an end-fed half-wave antenna. And in the last picture, from left to right, is a dual-core 4-to-1 balun for an off-center fed dipole, a 4-to-1 air-wound balun wound on PVC for a delta loop antenna, and the famous 9-to-1 unun for random wire antennas. So these are very nice, Gene, and thanks for sharing those with us and letting us all see what's inside the Mystery Center box. Friends of Dan, W8AAU, asked him if he was on 6 meters. Apparently there was some good openings going on. Well, Dan did not have a 6-meter antenna, decided he was going to build one. He had discovered one of my videos from years ago where I built a 6-meter dipole using aluminum tubing. He didn't have any aluminum, but he had copper. Whatever works will work. So he started fabricating this dipole from a couple pieces. He had copper with some adapters and bushings with electrical conduit T-box. He has attached wires onto the pipe, which connects to a little piece of scrap printed circuit board that he's cut in half and soldered a piece of coax to with a PL259. And then inside the T-junction, he attaches a circuit board to the tubing. And a couple pictures here to show you how it all kind of puts together. And then his SWR was less than 2-to-1 over the entire band. So Dan now is on the magic band waiting for the openings. Nice job. So now we have another 6-meter antenna of a little bit larger size. This is from Daniel, N0URW. He says this was his summer antenna project. He designed and built this from scratch. He used a computer program and the ARRL antenna handbook. This is a 64-foot-long boom, 9-element 6-meter yagi. I bet that gets out. Nice. And our last project is from Mark, N5UAL. He just wanted to share along his shack setup to the Ham Nation viewers. He's got a Heil PR10 and a Heil Pro 7 on his ICOM 9700 and his 7300. He says it's all working perfectly and he loves the show, and that's a very nice looking shack. So thanks for sharing, Mark. And if you have a project you'd like to share with the Ham Nation viewers, please send some photos and a description to me at hamprojects@twit.tv, and we'll get you on Ham Nation. 73, this is Randy, K7AGE.